What's up, everyone? Happy holidays, happy New Year's. Yes, we are at the end of 2023. So, you know what time it is? It is time to tell my favorite movies of the year, my top 10 films of 2023. And this is the fifth time I'm making a video like this. It blows my mind. This is the fifth top 10 video I'm making. And I just have to say, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for listening to my shitty takes on movies. It means the world to me. I really can't thank you enough for all the support, but let's get into it. Let's talk about my favorite films of 2023. Before I give my top 10 of the year, I have to mention my 3 honorable mentions this year. These are films that barely missed my list, but I still loved. And these films are The Iron Claw, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Barbie. Like I said, those are films that barely missed my list. They're in no particular order. They are films I really enjoy, but they just barely missed the top 10. So let's get into it. Starting off at number 10 is still a Michael J. Fox movie. This is a film I didn't get to review, but this is a fantastic documentary. I love how this documentary was made. There is an excellent sequence in here where Michael J. Fox talks about him jumping from Family Ties to Back to the Future, and it's edited and filmed beautifully. It's a great sequence. But this is a truly powerful and moving documentary about Michael J. Fox's rise to stardom, him coming to terms with Parkinson's, and his positive outlook on life. I highly recommend this documentary. Coming in at number 9 is Talk to Me, the biggest surprise of the year for me. This film was fantastic. I love horror films that are made well, with great original ideas, great concepts, with some great characters, some great filmmaking, and that's what Talk to Me was. This is one of the better horror movies I've seen. A film that actually disturbed me and made me feel uneasy, and like I said, the biggest surprise of the year for me. Coming in at number 8 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Some people might be surprised that this is in my top 10 because I have not liked the way Marvel has been lately, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was a reminder that Marvel used to be great. And for me, this felt like the real final chapter to the Infinity Saga because these are characters that we really cared about, characters that we've grown to love over the last 9 years, and this felt like the true closing chapter for them in the Infinity Saga, and I thought it was just extremely well done. Coming in at number 7 is Godzilla Minus One, another ginormous surprise this year. This film was fucking awesome. This is the best Godzilla film I've probably ever seen. This is one of the best disaster movies I've ever seen because we have characters here we actually care about. It got to the point where you cared more about the characters than seeing Godzilla. You'd actually get scared when you'd see Godzilla because you actually cared about the characters. I can't say that enough. Films can't get that right sometimes, but this film nailed it, and this is one of the best films of the year for me. Coming in at number 6 is John Wick Chapter 4, the final chapter of the John Wick saga. I said this in my review, and I will say it again. This is the most beautiful film I've ever seen where there's over 200 kills. But it's not just about how beautiful the film is and how great the action is. This film just felt epic in every sense of the word. This was a fantastic final chapter to a fantastic series. And I gotta say, this was a world that I absolutely loved. And Keanu Reeves just proves time and time again he's like the greatest fucking person ever. Coming in at number 5 is Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese's new film. As I said in my review, this is one of the rare times, or one of the only times, I've read the book before I saw the film, so I had a different perspective on the film, and I still absolutely love the film. And after seeing it again, I realized some of the things Scorsese was doing, so I like the film even more. This is definitely one of the best of the year, with some of the best performances of the year. This is a film that I think you should definitely see, because it does show one of the darkest chapters in American history that I think more people should know about. Coming in at number 4 is Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos' newest film. I gotta say, not only is this the weirdest film I've seen this year, this is one of the strangest films I've ever seen. And I mean that in a compliment. This is such a creative and beautifully shot film with so many great ideas, so much weird shit, and Emma Stone gives such a brave and just fearless performance. She is magnificent here, and I also love Mark Ruffalo here. This is definitely one of the best films of the year. Coming in at number 3 is Hayao Miyazaki's final film, The Boy and the Heron. This was a beautiful film with incredible animation, and this was just classic Miyazaki. This film had so many different meanings. It was so weird but so creative. This was one of the best of his filmography. This is one of my favorite films of the year, but this is a film that I'm going to watch countless times, pick up on new things, new meanings, and those are the best types of films. All right, we're at my final two films of the year, and before I say them, I have to say that I really think these two films will be timeless. These will be films that people will be watching forever. These will be films that people will be showing their kids, their grandkids. I really feel like these films cemented their place in film history. So here we go. My second favorite film of the year is Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. Yes, it sounds very silly that I said all those grand things and then I say a Spider-Man movie, but I really believe it. And I'm not even just saying this because I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. I think this is one of the best sequels I've ever seen. When I first reviewed this film, I was hesitant to give it a perfect score because I need to see how the third film is. But after watching this film a few more times, I don't know what I was thinking. This film is a perfect sequel. It's one of the best sequels I've ever seen. It has some of the best animation I've ever seen. It might be the best animation I've ever seen. But talk about a sequel that really elevates everything about the first. The characters, the storyline, the drama, the animation, everything is just fantastic. This does remind me of an Empire Strikes Back, and that's one of my favorite films I've seen. And I have to say, Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse is probably one of the best films I've seen as well. All right, we're here. We're at my favorite film of 2023. And if you've been paying attention and you haven't heard the film yet, you know exactly what film I'm talking about. It's going to come to no surprise. And he's done it again because my favorite film of the year is Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's latest film. I was blown away the first time I watched Oppenheimer, but I rewatched it about a week ago, and I'm even more blown away. This film is absolutely perfect. This is one of the best films Christopher Nolan has made. And this is a film that I'm going to be watching for the rest of my life. From a technical standpoint, it is mind-blowing what they pull off here. It is a technical masterpiece. The editing here is incredible. Everything is just woven together so perfectly to tell the story about the guy who gave fire to man, an American Prometheus. You can argue he's the most important man to ever live because he's the man that gave us the tools to destroy ourselves. And how the film depicts that and his moral questioning and everything is so well done. It's so powerful. It's perfect. I think performances here are amazing too. Cillian Murphy is spectacular. I really hope he wins an Oscar. I hope everyone wins an Oscar because this film was just magnificent. I'm not really surprised that my favorite film of the year is a Christopher Nolan film, but there you have it. Those are my favorite films of 2023. Honestly, another great year for movies. I had a blast this year. I had so many films to see, and there were so many to pick from. I was moving my list up and down. It was so hard to do, but I think those are my favorite films of the year, and I'm curious what you guys think. What are your guys' favorite films of the year? Let me know. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Dave's Takes.